This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Be sure to use the promo code in the link in the description of this video to save 10% off of your first order.
You know how many times I've I left my keys dangling here?
How often are you out photographing like these days?
I go out as soon as I finish work. And then I go out like in the mornings and stuff. I don't know, not too early. Like maybe I'll leave my house like at 1 or 2, because I'm here in Queens. Like I don't go out to the city that much anymore. And if I do, it's just like kind of warm up. And then I go out to the boroughs, but I love being in the Queens. I'm trying to go more to the Bronx to photograph because I'm from there. Or I go to Staten Island. I don't know, I go everywhere, really. I just want to explore all New York. What I haven't really explored much is Brooklyn. Brooklyn is huge. Something always, is that a dog? I saw something move. No? I'm seeing shit. Oh no, I did. I think I stepped on shit too. Fuck. Oh, I gotta clean this. I stepped on crap. Classic New York. Even in the suburbs. All right. And it was that little guy.
How do you decide where you're going? Obviously, New York is huge.
Yeah.
If you have like a couple days free, you just mentioned a lot of places that you like going.
Yeah.
How do you like, how does your mind decide, oh, I'm going to go to the Bronx today, or I'm going to stay in Queens, or I'm going to go to Staten Island?
I don't even know how to answer that. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm like on the train. This sounds so creepy. But it's not really. I'm on a train and like I'll look at a stop. I'm like, oh, I've never been there. Or like sometimes I see someone interesting. I'm like, I wonder where they're going. And I get off with them and I follow them. And then I'm like, all right, they're just going to a store. But then I'm like, all right, well, they took me somewhere I've never been. Otherwise, I would have never walked up in the street. So sometimes I do that. Sometimes I follow people. Or sometimes I just look at the train map and I'm like, I've never been in that stop. Let me get off. And I try to get on, off. Know what every stop looks like. Or take the bus. I've been recently taking the bus more. The bus that stops right in front of my house. I've taken that all the way to the end just because out of curiosity. I wanted to see what's all the way to the end. Like I live on this line, I should know. I should know what's at the end. I hate and love MTA. So, but I don't know, curiosity, man. It just takes me wherever, whatever catches my attention.
How often does like doing that lead to nothing? Like lead to like
a lot.
And like, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't know, not all the time that's like, oh my God, I found treasure. A lot of the times I'm just walking. It's good though, it's good for the heart, good for the mind. So I don't know, it's really nice. It's just nice to be out. I love being out, I love seeing. I've always been like, I've never been there, I should go there. Or I've never done that, I should do that.
All right, we're back with another episode of Walkie Talkie. Today we got Diana. Diana, what's up? How you doing?
Hello.
Let people know where you're from and what you take photos of.
Well, my name is Diana Cuautle. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, but recently moved to Queens 3 years ago. What I like to take photos of? I don't know. Anything.
How long have you been taking photos?
How long? I loved photography when I was 12, but didn't realize it was a thing until I was 18 when I had my first educational experience with ICP at the point in the Bronx. So I think I really count from 18 to 30. So all those years, do the math.
Where are we at today?
We are in Casena Park in Flushing, Queens.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
What camera are you shooting with?
Right now I have the Voigtlander, the Bessa R2, with a little vintage lens, the Sumaron 3.5. And I love it. It's not crispy. It's more like I have Vaseline in my eye kind of thing. But I like that look, because, I don't know, it's like you're constantly in a daydream. And I like that. I like that feeling. I think everything I listen to or read or feel or like, it kind of feels like that. This I bought as a gift for myself when I was going through a really difficult year in 2021 because my brother was sick. And we didn't really know what was going on. It was a difficult year for a lot of people because COVID was happening. Before that, I only had point and shoots. And before that, I only had disposables. So that's why my name on Instagram. Don't call me that though. Don't do that. Yeah, so, this was my first like rangefinder. Whoa. Kind of pretty though. Bad for the animals. God, what is that? I want to know. What the? It's like mustard. Oh shit, no. Go back. Oh my God, no. Go. Ah! Stop. Okay, see, he got it. Fuck, that scared me for a second. Like, I was gonna be the cause of a duck's death.
You have a website, right?
Yeah, I have a website. Not much is on it. I think my black and white stuff is on it, and my project with the Mexican American parties.
And this is a good time to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. I'm a believer that every photographer should have their own website to be able to showcase and organize their projects and present them to the world in a way that's completely separate from social media algorithms. With Squarespace Design Intelligence, you don't have to be an expert at designing websites at all. You can easily create a page, customize it to your likings, create specific pages according to your projects, your portfolio, however you want to organize it, and take that control back of how you can present your photos and your body of work to the world. And if you're ready to sell your work, you can also use Squarespace to set up your online store. Setting up an online store has never been easier. Whether you're selling prints, zines, or workshops, or really anything you want, Squarespace makes it accessible and easy for you to get your products, your photography into the hands of other people, even down to the payments. With Squarespace payments, you can easily process payments like credit cards or even Apple Pay. If you've been thinking about making a website, now is your chance. Stop hesitating. Go to squarespace.com, use the link in the description of this video, use the promo code, get 10% off of your order. Start taking control of your photography and how you present it to the world again. Use squarespace.com.
How do you think being native New Yorker from the Bronx has kind of impacted your photography?
I don't think it affects my photography, really. I consider myself a person of everywhere. I don't know. I love the Bronx. I'm proud to be from there. But I think it's more like heart-wise and what my experience as a human being. In the Bronx, like a lot of people, at least in my community that I know, are working class. So I grew up being around that. I grew up being around immigrant parents. What you see, what you take photos of, like really speaks volumes about you. So I'm not out there trying to chase, people who are living the opulent lifestyle or anything like that. Like, the working class, the humble people, the beautiful moments that, like you want to stop and look at it again. Like it's like reading a poem twice, kind of thing. Like that is what I want in photography. So I don't know. I think the Bronx shaped me as a person. Yes, I think it's just that totally helped me like as a human being, be more like graceful, be helpful, and like my upbringing with my parents. I think that's a really huge one. So, I don't know, but I'm also, proud to be from New York. And she comes out of nowhere sometimes. So, she's there. She's there.
I feel like we've met in poetry a couple times. I feel like when I think of your work and when your work comes up in conversation, the word poetry also comes up.
Yeah.
Is that something that you, when you're taking photos, you have in mind? Or is that something you really resonate with? Poetry, the tie between poetry and your photography?
Oh yeah, completely. It's I used to write a little before, and I wanted to be an author when I was in middle school. So writing has always been like a part of my way of thinking. Like I would write every day in my diary. I would just write all the time, little notes to myself, little notes to people who I wish I could write or say something. I was just always saying something, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think, poetry is a total influence, and music as well, because I think I see songwriting as a form of poetry, like lyrics, just even to the way people are. I don't know, everyone's like a little world. I don't know, man, I'm a little I'm a tree hugger. That's it. Nah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that.
I feel like there's a lot of quiet moments in your photography, like quiet photos that speak loud, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people take quiet photos, but what do you think makes like a quiet photo good? Because I feel like there's a fine line between a quiet photo that made it like really boring and a quiet photo that makes it like something about it that makes it like really stand out.
Yeah. That's a good question. Sometimes a photo is so quiet that you can almost hear what's happening in there. You know what I mean? Like there's photos you just look at it and you're like, you can hear almost the honking that's happening, like, you know, in Manhattan or Fifth Avenue, or like I reference a friend's photo right now, Maximo's photo of a boy in grass. Like I can only hear, you know, like the kids laughing and throwing the grass and the sound of the grass being pulled, or being in a park, the birds are chirping, you know, like an airplane passing by or something like that. Like you can almost place yourself there. You can almost smell the grass. You can almost smell the tree. You could feel the ground. If it touches your 5 senses, is it 5? I think it's 5. Then I think it's successful. I think a lot of it's luck. At least for me, I don't know. Maybe there's people who've done it really well. But for me, I think a lot of it's luck, and it's more like I think things that I meant to see, like messages from some kind of that I needed at that moment. Like this woman that I took a photograph of, like she was sitting in one of those outdoor restaurants. This photograph's called Lunch with God. The light was coming in through the little shed house thing, and it looked so beautiful, and I couldn't see who she was sitting across from. All I saw was like the shadow of a man, but I see her looking into him. And I'm like, man, I have to take that photo right now, because it was just so instant. It was just, I walked up and I saw it and it stunned me, and I took the photo instantly, and it did something for me in here, because it was like almost like gospel. I'm not religious because I don't believe in organized, like man's organized religion, but it was like if I hadn't taken that picture, I don't know what I would have done with myself. Like I don't know. It made me think of so many things. After I took the photo, okay, not during. You never create and analyze. That's a way of destroying yourself. You just create. After comes the analyzation and everything like that. But you do, and then you go.
You mean like never create, like overthink what you're doing in the moment? Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to be like, I need to get this line here at the edge of the frame. That woman should have her hand up. Like, no. Just like be present and take it all in, and like don't take yourself so seriously. Like it's not, you're here for a limited time, you know. This is one thing that I saw recently that my favorite musician Jeff Buckley said. He said we are spirits, and the whole tension is that we don't know that we are, yet music is able to touch this. And so I changed music to art, right? So we're spirits, and the whole tension is that we don't know it. Like photography touches that, you know. For me, it's like this whole scene right now in this photograph is a thing, you know. It really makes you think. Like people don't realize that they're a thing, that you're a soul, and art is there to facilitate that. It opens that up for you. If you become really grounded and rooted, you know, to your senses. You ever like stop and think like, oh, I'm breathing right now. Like, you know, or like I'm an actual human being walking right now, you know, like that, like, you know, it's kind of scary at first, but it's like when you have that and then you go out with your tool, whatever it is, it's your paintbrush, it's, you know, it's your pen, it's your camera, it's your guitar, like that's what you need to carry. And, you know, I'm not nobody to be saying that, but that's how I feel about my camera. That's how I feel whatever I do, you know, is a job, or, you know, it's just how my parents taught me, like whatever you do it your best. That's something that's just been living in my head, you know. The whole tension is that we are spirits and we don't even know it. If I can pull that out from this, then I feel satisfied. I can go to sleep. I can wake up again and do it again.
How often do you take photos that make you feel like that?
Not a lot. But the ones that I have, they live there, you know? Lunch with God lives there for me. People that I admire, my friends who have taken photographs that feel like that, lives there. So that's the fuel. So please take photos, everyone. Take photos, do art. Sing if you want to sing. Like that art is so important, especially now. People need to realize that they're souls again. I think that's why I'm so attracted to being an educator right now, especially in the South Bronx, because it's like, you know, where these kids, a lot of art classes are being cut off. Like, you know, art education is just, and so that the fact that this program is still alive and I'm able to teach it to these kids, it's like, it's such a blessing to me. I love it. I love it. I could do it forever. Yeah, and that's why my friends and everyone else has to take photos, because it's like, you don't know what you're doing, really. Like you don't know how much you're affecting somebody else by doing work. Oh, there's like a little gravesite over here for a dog. I think it's called Dumpling. Oh, it's over there. See? It's Dumpling. I think it's a cat or dog, I'm not sure. I think the sign got taken down. I'll put it back up. It's in loving memory of Dumpling. There you go, Dumpling.
So you just mentioned you're an educator.
Uh-huh.
How did that come about? You teach photography, obviously.
Yes. I teach black and white photography, darkroom photography to preteens in the South Bronx with ICP. And it's in a community center called The Point. I started there because I signed myself up when I was 18, and I recently graduated high school. I wanted to do more photography, just didn't know where. I wanted to take a year off before going to college. Also, I'm a college dropout. I found that on the internet, and I'm like, I'm signing myself up. Took the classes there. It was great that 1 year I was there, you know, spring, fall semester. The teachers I had were incredible, and they're all talented. I saw my first Gary Winogrand photo in that class, and it was over from there. I was like, I didn't know you can do this. I didn't know you can do something like that. One of the instructors there saw how much I loved photography that she gave me her first camera. She gave me her Minolta X700 with a 28 on it. And she was like, here, this is yours. And I'm like, what? Like, how can you be so Tamara Porras, if you're seeing this, thank you. Wherever you are, please email me. Yeah, so she gave me my first phone camera. And from there, it's just been, my connection with ICP at The Point has been as a teacher's assistant. I have been there since 2013 till now. And then I got offered a position to be a teacher.
So how long have you been teaching, like a lead teacher?
Not too long, maybe like, like 5 or 6 months.
Oh, wow, yeah, so it's really new.
Yeah, but I've always helped the instructors when I was there. Abigail Montes is one of the educators there, and she's also the co-program coordinator at The Point at ICP. But she is a fantastic educator, and she also was part of the fellowship that I was in. So I consider her a mentor, and just an amazing person in general. And I was so inspired by her, like the way she pushes the youth, the way she believes in people is something that I'm like, damn, it sparked something in me, you know? And I'm like, I gotta go drop off those little seeds over there. So Abigail, I love you too. Great photographer, great person.
So obviously you're teaching preteens something. Well, what are they doing for you? I feel like teaching, you always get something in return. Yes,
that is true. Actually, I have this little thing on my wall by the bathroom where it's like by Sister Corinta, I think, the photographer. And she has a set of rules for students, and it says like something along the lines of like, allow your teacher to teach you, and then allow your students to teach you. So I'm like, okay, something like that. I'm paraphrasing. They teach me humbleness. I get humbled a lot by that. They remind me to be a free spirit again. You know, like we're out on a walk with our cameras, and and they're like taking photos of things that you're like, I don't know, like you would just walk past it and not find any importance. But when they do it, and then they print it out, And then when they hold it up and they're like, I made this, that tenderness there is like, I should hold things up and feel like that about myself. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, there's like standards, a good picture, you know, whatever. You know, not everything's gonna be a great picture. But it's just the confidence that that I give to them and they give to me is like a continuous cycle, and it's so healthy and it's so positive, and it's 80% of teaching is like encouragement, and the rest is whatever, you know, actual teaching, but it's just encouragement. And if you have that, and if you give that with your other peers, with your friends, the magic that's gonna come out of that is just gonna be endless. Like, we're all gonna be making like beautiful things to see and share. So I don't know, I think that's what it does for me, all that.
You mentioned your wall. You have a bunch of stuff up on your wall.
Yeah.
That's part of like what's called the Green Door House, right? What is the Green Door House?
The Green Door House, this is the Green Door House. It's where I live. It's a really special place because this tree exists and I make everyone hug the tree. This is a tree. It's a special tree. A lot of doves appear in it in the morning, like a row of them. I've watched the leaves fall on this tree. I've watched the leaves grow on this tree. It's a great tree. And hugging trees is good for you. You know, it's where my photographs live on top. It's where my friends' photographs live. It's where poems I ripped out of pages go up, things I find on the street, the awards I've gotten.
How do you decide what goes on this wall?
I don't. So like, I just like grabbed whatever. Like these, I made them in the dark room in the Bronx, and I just like put them. It's all like a puzzle.
How often do you change it? Like, because right now you can see there's like not a lot of space on it.
Yeah, I changed it actually recently because you see that my roof was leaking and I had to move everything from this side. This was down here. So I kind of rearranged half of the wall, and this happened like last month. So I don't know, but I'm sure I'll change it again once I make more prints or friends give me prints or I find things on the street that I want up on my wall.
So it's like a combination of like your work and also like friends.
Yeah, it's friends, postcards that I find at their stores. Like I'll rip poems off. This is the first thing I ever found when I was moving here. Like I was in Union Square. It was a bigger page, and it was just flowing around in the street. And then I picked it. I saw first flowers of a wilderness, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to have that. So I'm trying to grab it because it's so windy. And like I finally get it, and I'm like, oh fuck, I love this. And I'm like, I don't need the rest. I just want this part. And that's the first thing that went up in this wall. This first flowers. And I like to think that this is all my flowers. There's prints here. This is from Roy Baizan, who's also a great photographer. He's from the Bronx. I hope to turn the Green Door House into kind of a hangout spot for friends and photographers. Have critiques in the lawn sometime. These are all little things that my students drew for me. That's supposed to be me. This is my favorite one that this special little photographer Aurora made. It's me, a superwoman. I love you in the back. This is the best. Right now I have Cora's artist statement up because it's so simple. Like she wrote, I like photography because we get to take pictures with the camera. Like even just that sentence by itself, like think about it. We have the liberty to go out and take a picture with a camera. Like we have this tool to go out and take pictures. Like how beautiful it is that like I have the time right now to do that. Like some people might not have the time, or just like the way that she is like appreciating this tool in that sentence. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it's just that the innocence in it is like, when I teach them, I think they're teaching me and not the other way around. Yeah, like they made that. Someone drew me because a Halloween, I dressed up as a knight and I came to the class as a knight. We
talked about it a little bit earlier, your project, documenting Mexican-American youth and culture at parties and stuff. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I started that in 2021. And I think the first pictures that I took of was in Virginia. And it was at a party that my cousins organize. They're organizers, and they do these events for free for the community. So we were in Midland, Virginia, and literally was in the just nowhere, middle of nowhere. This is the first time I was there. It's where I made the photo of the girl holding a chicken, the two sisters together. It's where I made a photo of the two chickens at the table, and there's a mess at the front. And I was just taking it because I saw them. I simply was observing it and decided to take a picture of it. This is so cool. Who made this? This is incredible. Like, wow. This must have taken a long time. So cool. Anyway, sorry. I took the photos there, and then I saw that there was like a pattern of me. Not a pattern, but I saw that I did really good photos in that. And I'm like, oh, I should take more photos. And the following year, again, we got invited to another party in Virginia. So it started in Virginia. And then I'm like, I should do it in New York. So we were getting invited to parties in New York. I brought my camera. No one said anything to me because everyone's dancing, everyone's like drunk or just having a good time, that no one's really paying attention to me when I get close to them, or I've told the host of the party, like, hey, like I'm here with my camera, I'm making in Spanish, I'm making a project on Mexican-American culture in parties and here in New York. Like, is it okay if I photograph? And they're like, yeah, And I sent them over the pictures. Started photographing a lot of the children because a lot of them would follow me. They'd see the camera and they're like, oh my God, one of you, can you take a picture of me? Or I give them my camera and, they'll take the picture. It started with that, and then I'm like, no, I think it's important to get everything included. Adults having fun, people, the bartenders who are working, everything, the DJ, the sonideros is what they're called. Yeah, just like, because that stuff is dying out. Like, families are kind of being, they're getting separated, literally. And I don't know, I think in the world of technology, when you're in those places, you put your phone down, you put everything down, and you are just consumed by the music, you're consumed by the energy that's there. And I love that, absolutely love that. I always loved that as a kid. I would go to these parties growing up. Sometimes I'd be bored, my parents are dancing and I'll draw on the table, You'll just know if you're a Latino kid, we sleep through the music, loud ass speakers. But it's just a whole vibe, and I think it deserves to get highlighted. It deserves to be celebrated. In any culture, I think it's beautiful. It's like, I would love to extend it to any culture, because I'm sure it's different. The food is different, the music is different. The dances that they do, the culture dance are probably so different too. And like, I would love to see what that's like. Oh. That was a little photo right there.
But you do hope for a book or a show or some combination of both, right?
I would love a show, not a show. I would love a book. Yeah. A show would be cool, but I think a book more would feel nice to me. Because then I would love to give it to the families, that participated in it. Because I bet they've probably never seen or expected themselves to be part of something like that. And I don't know, you imagine you're getting printed at something and you're like, oh, that's me, that's my family. And like 30, 40 years and now you're like, that's grandma, and I think I want to do that for them. Just because I would love, for someone to do that with my parents or whatever. Like, I don't know, these people are hardworking. Like, they come here to let it all go. And I think that's great. We need to do more of that in a world that's difficult.
But when you're out taking photos, how do you interact or not interact? Where are you on that spectrum of like talking to people while taking photos or asking for permission? I'm pretty shy. Most of the time I'm not asking. I just take. It's different when, like, say if I'm in Manhattan, I totally don't talk to anybody. I just go, I see something, done. If I'm in Queens or if I'm Bronx and Staten Island, I talk. I totally talk. But it's because it's like people who are not in the move, people who are literally just living life. And then I feel more connected to them. I don't know, like Manhattan is great. I love going there for photos, for warming up.
but it's like a bunch of tourists. It's about, I don't know who am I getting get, you know? It's great for one thing, but it doesn't serve me the way it does when I go to Queens or the Bronx. And I feel more at ease talking to them. I feel like I can be myself. I feel like the city, I don't know, there's like pressure. It's just the city is just anxious all the time. So I think that's what I feel when I'm there, and I can't really be myself. But when I'm here, I can totally be myself. Like, hi, you know, like, you know, I love the way you looked, or, you know, I think you're interesting. Can I take your photo? I don't know. That's not how I ask, actually. I don't even know how it happens. It just happens. Yeah, it was like a print, yeah.
And it showed her on top. She had the pig by the neck.
Oh my God.
So she was part of 5 dogs. They call them bear dogs. I didn't know anything about them. But I met a guy last week, and he says, that's a beautiful bear dog. I said, bad? I said, he says, no, bear.
Bear, oh, bear dog. How old is she?
Should be 9 in June. I can't believe I've had her 7 years.
Wow.
June 22nd, I looked at her papers. She was born June 22nd.
Oh. But can I take a quick photo of you and Lulu?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Yeah.
She's better looking than I am.
No, I think both of you. Both of you. You totally. Lulu. Hey, yo. Hi. Hey, yo. Hi. Yo. I see you.
It looks like a line that goes right down from the nose all the way up to here.
Hi.
Comfortable like that?
I am.
Smile, you're a candy camera. You're hocus pocus, you're a fucking focus. It's your lucky day. Smile, you're a candy camera.
It is. She's gonna be. Thank you, Lulu.
What about photo books? Are you a big photo book collector or observer or reader?
I have a couple back in the Green Door house.
What photo books do you think have kind of shaped the way you photograph?
Most of my inspiration has come from the ICP at the point where I've seen it there. Like, I've only seen it through their slideshows. And then, like, sometimes I'll do my homework online and I'll look up, but I've never spent time with a photo book because I didn't even know that that was a thing. And another plus, I didn't know that you can go to the library and pick them out, like the public library. So since like 2022, I've just been going to the library and picking the books out there. But a book that's been recently that I have at home, it's a Rosalind Fox Solomon. What's it called? The Forgotten Ones or something like that. Like medium format stuff. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I was looking at it this morning actually again.
Who are some of your favorite photographers?
Susan Meiselas. She's great. Oh my God, she's amazing. Marielle Mark, of course. Helen Levitt. Rosalind, I said. Vivian Mayer.
What do you think draws you to these photographers? Like, what's the common denominator that they all have that makes you drawn to their work?
The humanity that's behind it. It makes me feel stuff. You know, like it touches something in me. So yeah, I don't think there's one photographer that I name that doesn't do that. Like, all of their work have, and different styles too, you know? Like Helen Levitt does something completely different than what Susan Meiselas does, you know? And she's more known for war photography too, but she, you know, I mean, she's very diverse in a lot of her stuff. I don't know, they all have each special things about them. They've all seen different things, and I love that. Like, some were in New York, some were completely different other countries, and I'm never gonna, I wouldn't have seen what they saw if it wasn't for photography. So I have trouble taking photos in the Bronx sometimes, because I was nervous about someone following me back to my apartment. And the neighborhood that I live in isn't that easy. Now that I moved out of there, whenever I go back and visit my parents, I'm like, I don't care. I'm here with my camera. Whatever happens, happens. This is my last day on earth. Hey, let it be. Yeah, I go back now, especially when there's something going on in the street there, like it facilitates it, like a carnival or something. Like, that is something I've been trying to do every summer. Carnivals in New York in general, like every borough. Like, I'm trying to go to all of them with the medium format. Yeah, I love that energy there. I wish there was more traditional carnivals, like tent, you know, like circus acts and stuff like that. but probably have to drive out for those. I'm in New York, so it's what it is.
Why do you think moving away from the Bronx makes it easier for you to photograph it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I grew up in the same street for 27 years. I thought like I should take photos of my neighbors and stuff that I know, but you know what it is? No one talks to each other. That's just New York. No one talks to each other. I know you live here, but we don't talk to each other. So I think some of that bled into my photography and like kind of shied me away from taking photos, because I'm like, now that I'm not there, and I come back, I'm like, I miss it. I don't see the people often. And then I see changes every day. Like this building, it was just getting started when I left, and now it's built already. And I'm like, damn, I missed. Now it's blocking a whole different view. The neighborhood's changing, and I'm like, damn, I should really take photos. And I don't want to have that regret. And especially because my parents are still living there, and they're more New Yorkers than anything, because they've been living there forever. At one point, I would love to look back and see what it was, So, now I can do it. Now I guess I build confidence over time.
I know a lot of street photographers like to be in crowds like this. How do you feel about it?
I like it too, I'm not gonna lie. But I get overwhelmed quickly, so I dip in and get out of it and then come back in when I'm ready.
Finish your sentence. I take photos because.
Because no one tells me to. No, I don't know. I take photos because it's the only way that makes me understand the grace of life, like the spirit that we are. Like I think it's more like really for me, like it's a way to like be okay with my own mortality. I don't know. I think the short answer of that is like, I don't know, it makes me feel grounded, makes me feel human. And I just want to see everything. So I want to see other people's photographs. I want to see my own photographs. Like I just want to see. And I know that I don't have much time left here. So, I mean, not like right now. I mean, like in general, like.
You know what's funny? I'm a photographer, right?
Oh, yeah?
And the first time I got my camera, I was telling him, I was like this. Where's the camera? It's in the crib, 'cause I'm doing laundry. The one time I don't pull the camera out, everybody with cameras and all this shit popping up, I'm a whole legend right here. Watch this. I do celebrities, models, IN_THEE in the building, right?
Oh, damn, that's cool. Yeah.
Damn. But she got the old school shit.
Yeah, it's a film. It's Mamiya.
So you got work, let me see.
It's a medium format.
$1,000.
Yeah, you can look me up on there. Well, can I take your photo?
Go ahead. I'm trying to wait for you to do this shit.
Okay.
I wish I had my camera.
All right, well, I'm taking your photo. The photographer has to get photographed once in a while,
That's
so.
true, because nobody take pictures of me. They do it,
Exactly,
they
but
don't.
now I'm doing it for you.
Yeah,
so
I
wait,
don't do that.
I like where you were standing, like
Yeah,
right
I know.
there.
I already felt the energy. Celebrity, any celebrity.
Yeah. Wait, let me get your picture real quick though. All right.
Wait, let me take a shot. Don't take a shot yet. Wait.
Okay, I'm focusing.
Careful, yeah, focus. Don't get me drinking. Wait. Boom.
Go.
All right, we'll go.
Okay. All right, well, I gotta keep walking.
Oh, you ready to take the
But-
picture?
Yeah.
So you take the picture and you gotta like wind it back up.
Yeah, I gotta wind it forward. So,
I just wait.
well, I can't do
This
it
shit
anymore.
from Jurassic Park. That shit fire though. She said, you know the old school cars in like 19 some shit? You had to roll the window up. She just said, look, like, what the fuck? But I guarantee that picture came out fire. Cause I trust her eye.
That happens a lot when I have the Mamiya. And I think it helps me because I told you I'm shy a little. This has been helping me to talk out more, interact with people more.
All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your
Let the
time.
people know where they can find your work, where they can show you some love.
You can visit my website. That's www.cuautle, C-U-A-U-T-L-E, Diana.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Disposable Cuautle, or email me. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Peace.
Now when they see us in the streets, all they wanna do is take pics, and I'm like, okay.